There. All right. So anything LLM is what I've been mentioning frequently throughout this course. This is very nice. The first thing you have to do is install LM Studio. You cannot put this on an Intel Mac, but you can put it on other systems. So if I look at LM Studio, see it's got it for Mac, Windows, and Linux, but not for older Macs that use the Intel processor, only for the M1. So I've got LM Studio already installed here. There it is, LM Studio. And you can use LM Studio alone to run models. And it has a bunch of models, Llama, Mistral, and other ones available. So you can use the chat on the third icon. You can click the chat bubble here. And now you can talk to models that you have. And there's a place where you can control the model. This looks like the model here, Meta Llama 3, instructs 8B, quantized to 4 bits, and so on. So select a model to load. And I got Mistral and Llama 3. Let's just use Llama 3 again. And there it is, loading the model. When you first load the model, it has to download it, and the models are like 4 or 5 gigabytes for the more modern ones we're using. But it shouldn't take that long to load it. All right, and now I can ask a question here, like, why is the sky blue? And it should cough up the usual kind of answer. You see the spinning button here as it's thinking. And it's taken longer than I expected it to. Let me go down here and see. All right. There we go. Sky appears blue because of Rayleigh scattering and so on. All right. So I'll stop generating. I don't care about that. So you can use a model like this. Now, what I want to do is use anything LLM, which allows you to add new data to the model. So to do that, you need to have the server running with the API. So that is the local server button. In the Welcome to LM Studio pane. Okay, local server is there. Okay. I don't see that. My model here, local server. Okay, there's a button there. It will get me to it. Okay, here's my local server, and I will start the server listening on port 1234. That's the default port for it. And there's the server logs running. So logs are now saved. The server is running, serving up this Llama 3 locally. Now, I'll have an endpoint in a local inference server pane. It shows you here the API, V1 chat completions. That's the one we're going to use. Completion with an S. That's interesting. In my instructions, I had no S. I'm not sure which way it has to be. We'll see what happens. Okay, now it's running. Okay, when it loads, it'll show log entries down there, which it does. All right, now we can use anything LLM, which is the other component we need. Anything. Okay, and this has versions for all different operating systems too. And now that we're in, you can create you had a base URL and a token context window here. All right, I don't see them in my picture. At the bottom left, enter a base URL. I think mine is probably already configured to go. So I want on the LLM preference screen. Yeah, I could make a new workspace, but I'd have to connect to it, and the instructions are there. But I forgot one already set to go, which I think is what I want to show you. All right, here's one there. And what's interesting here, oh, I do want to make a new workspace. Let me do that to make sure I've got no extra data. So this is going to be demo. Okay. All right, I'm in my new workspace. So let's see what happens here if I say, why is the sky blue? Make sure things are working. And it should be able to connect over the network to the other model. Okay, so it's working with the Rayleigh scattering and all that jazz. Good. Now, this model, Llama 3, is only trained up through March of 2023. It doesn't know anything that happened after that. And Microsoft in a feature called Microsoft Recall that came later than that. So I wonder if there's any way to stop it. Clicking up. Okay, now I'm going to say, what is Microsoft Recall? Question. There, I'm going to copy and paste this because I'm planning to ask the same question a few times. Okay, so what is Microsoft Recall? It's a feature that allows users to recall or undo changes made to files and documents, like undo. Now, if you know Microsoft, you know that is complete nonsense. That is absolutely not true. There is no product called Microsoft Recall. Not to be confused with System Restore. Okay, now if you just ask the same question again, what is Microsoft Recall? I apologize for my previous mistake. It does not have a feature. Oh, that's interesting. It actually gave me the right answer. I've never gotten the right answer out of these models before. Let's try it again. Let's try clearing the history. If I can figure out how to do it. No, that's not it. Now, new thread. Okay, make a new thread, and now I'll say the same question. A feature that helps you keep track of software updates and recalls. Completely different, stupid, wrong answer. This is the thing I really wanted to get to demonstrate. When models don't know the answer, they make up a lie and they make it look really good. And when you ask the same thing again, they make up a different lie and a different lie. And there are researchers now that are developing products that get rid of the hallucinations this way. If you just rephrase the question a few times and ask the question a few times, if it doesn't know, you'll get random wrong answers. So now I want to make it know. So we're going to add the data about Microsoft Recall to it. Here's how we're going to do it. You can add current information. You click the up arrow and submit a link and add a link from the modern internet that tells it what Microsoft Recall is. So it is here, and I want to upload, not that, I want to upload a URL, a fetch website. Here we go. All right, fetch website. So it now scrapes the website and puts it here. And now I have to put it in my model. So I select it here and move to workplace. And now it's added to the workplace so it can perform this retrieval augmented generation. It can now use it. So I think I'm done with this. I think I can close this. And now when I ask that same question again, whoops, what is Microsoft Recall? It's not a real product or feature. That's disturbing. Let's try and make a new thread. Maybe I don't have it in my workspace. Let's take a look. Here's my documents. And here's, oh, it didn't make it. Somehow it didn't make it down there to the demo. So here's one of the Microsoft Recall pages. Move to workspace. Maybe I have to, oh, down here I have to do more. I have to click it and then save and embed. That's what you do. Now it will embed it into the workspace, which means it will turn it into those vectors, encoding the tokens to make it usable. Now it's in the workspace. I had this problem before. It's a little tricky to get there. Now, if I ask that question again, the model should now have this up-to-date information and not just the old data Llama 3 was trained on. Well, there we go. According to the context provided, which is the new document, which is nice. It's a feature that uses optical character recognition. Oh, it does use. Okay, that's right. This is the right answer. It records everything you do. And now, if you answer the same question several times, it should not vary so much in the answer anymore. No, it's still giving me wrong answers. No, yeah, optical character recognition. Yes, oh, that's right. Saving snapshots of the screen. That's right. This is another right answer. Okay. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. This is how you make a real product that solves a real problem people have. And this is essentially how Perplexity works. All right. That's it for that one.